Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and I will be doing your reading for September 1st through 15th. A quick note before we start that this will not resonate for every single Gemini on the planet. If these messages resonate with you, then they are meant for you. If they do not, then let them go. They are for another Gemini out there. This will correspond to Gemini Sun, Moon, Venus and rising signs, and all Gemini cross watchers are absolutely welcome to join us as well. I want to give a big thank you out there to all the Geminis who have been very supportive, have reached out to me for personal readings and advice. It's very kind and sweet, and I just appreciate you all very much. This is a very new channel, still building it, so if you enjoy this content, if you're thinking about it right now, reach out there, hit that subscribe button, give it the dragon claw up. We love our dragon friends here. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to start with, there's a lot of earthy energy going on right now because there's a ton of Virgo, lots of that going on. So I'm going to start with 3 cards from the Druid Animal deck to bring those earthy animal spirits to the forefront to see what's happening for my Geminis out there. Dearest angels, divine beings of light, helpers and healers and guardians, please be with us as we do the reading for the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Gemini. Please protect their energy and mine, and bring through messages of clarity for their highest good. Thank you. Oh my goodness. So interesting, Gemini. Taurus pulled this card first off as well, and I have shuffled these several times since that reading. So you and Taurus are both bringing in the cow, and in this deck there is both the cow and the bull. So we have both the feminine and the masculine signs energies represented. So this cow is all about, you might even want to watch the Taurus video, because if you have any Taurus in your chart or know someone who is, they had the same card come up first. So this is about mothering, nurturing, creativity, stability, earthy connection. This is such, the cow was actually considered such a sacred animal in Druidic and Celtic tradition because it was life-giving. She was a really like an earth goddess in many ways. A lot of times when people were sick or they were chilled, they would even, people would lay up against, the cow to get warm and break fevers and things like that to make sure that they were healthy. And, in the very old days, Celtic people many times lived even with the animals in the house. And so it was not like a separation between, us and the other creatures of the earth. Beautiful. The next one that comes up for you, Gemini, is the blackbird. And the blackbird is one of the oldest animals in Celtic Druidic tradition. The blackbird has a very close association with magic. Then you see that, the new moon in the background. You see, the burrow where it's like they go to nest, and then in the day, emerge forth. It's a beautiful magical connection. Very strong, very eternal kind of energy. And then the last one we're bringing up is the fox. So this to me is all, again, there's a little bit of that feminine, that grace, that agility, the ability to be agile and be flexible and use your good mind, because we know, Gemini, you're Mercury ruled, you're all about communication and using the agility of your mind to get what you need, being a little cunning, a little wily, using, a little bit of the gift of the gab and your sparkling wit to come across in a way that gets you what you need and want. So what a beautiful start to your reading, Gemini. I love it. So as we shuffle the tarot, I'm going to just talk a little bit about your astrological influences. I actually talk about the astrology a little bit more in the previous video for the August 21st through 31st, so go check that one out if you're interested in hearing more about your astrology. But there's lots of Virgo right now, There's 4 planets moving in Virgo, and that is a challenging sign for Gemini. So if you feel like, especially this first part of September is a little tougher, more challenging. You feel like you're being really challenged to get more organized, to get your money in order, to get your house and your life and your health and all those really basic essentials in order. That's the reason for that. So try to be flexible, try to go with the flow. This is absolutely highlighting your 4th house in your universal chart of Cancer, and that deals with home, family. So it may not be surprising if you feel more critical energy from your family right now. Try not to invest too much into that, but this is a wonderful time to literally clean your house, to clear your health. I think that, clearing your home or the energy around where you live actually has quite an effect, not just on your physical health, but your mental and emotional health as well, Gemini, because both of you are ruled by Mercury, and both of you think a lot. So this could also be a time when you're really, like, the mind just feels like it won't turn off. So meditation, prayer, deep breathing, hot baths, whatever it is that helps your mind to calm itself right now, Gemini, is very, very highlighted. Alright, so yeah, this is a time when you're really coming in with some new energy. The 2 of Wands comes up straight up, so this is all about, considering what's next. You've got the earth in your hands and you're saying, what's coming next for me? Where do I go next? Where do I want to travel? You've already completed quite a few cycles here, so it's like you've already been through the worst, Gemini. A lot of the toughest stuff is behind you, always with that 10 of Swords, because it's like you've come through. This is that intellectual energy, so it's like you have wrung yourself out. You have been through the worries, the fears, the anxieties, and that is a completed cycle you no longer have to invest in, which is really great. King of Wands comes up, and so he is really talking about being confident, embracing your courage, embracing that fire energy. It's not about, putting yourself second anymore, and making some big decisions about where you want to go next. And that has to come up here too, of course, because you make those decisions, and then boom, there's that 3 of Pentacles where you're building. You've got new plans. This is the people coming, to the architect with plans for the new temple, for the new building, the new structure. And so for this, it's earthy, but there's also that spiritual element where it's like we want to build a home for the soul, and so that's where that is. And so you're definitely doing the dance of balance with that 2 of Pentacles. And money does come up here, Gemini, absolutely. It's like you're really weighing how much you take in, how much you put out, what it is that you need to get stable and balanced at this time. So let's pull some more cards and see what deepens this a little bit more. Wow. So much balance here for you. Oh my goodness, you've doubled up on 2 of these. Okay, so on top of the 2 of Wands, here comes that Page of Cups. So to me, this isn't just, a physical, practical new beginning. This is an emotional, spiritual new beginning as well, Gemini. So soften the heart, soften your approach, be gentle, and allow people to come to you as well, instead of just having to feel like you've got to go after them all the time. The other thing that's really interesting here, both the 4 other readings I've done, everyone has been pulling this King of Pentacles. Very, very strong this energy is coming through, and in just different placements, in different ways for each sign this month. So for you, wow. Overcoming that 10 of Swords, that painful, difficult cycle, has given birth to new balance. Like we've talked about, look at that balance of the feminine and the masculine right here, the moon and the sun, both represented, because, he's a masculine energy, but Taurus is very feminine, so it really brings in both. And then that wonderful cow energy, we love the cow, and the Celtic tradition is amazing. And so on top of the King of Wands, there comes that 2 of Pentacles. You've brought in the 2 of Pentacles twice, and you've brought in the let's see, what's the other one that doubled up? The Two of Wands. So lots of new beginnings for you here, Gemini. It's incredible, actually. But it does require a lot of balance. You know, you got the Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles in both decks. So look at that. They're both balancing, one foot at a time, one step at a time. To me, this is important that you stay very present. Very present. Don't go too far out, because you're really at risk of worrying too much about, well, what is coming in the future? What about 5 years from now? What about 10 years? How about 10 minutes? Just stay in the moment. Because you're rebuilding from a lot of heartache. This is really, I mean, you have gone through it. This is the pain. This is the heartache. This is the mental anguish. Because not only is the Three of Swords a card of heartbreak, it's also that mental anguish, because it is an air sign element. So you have gone through so much to get to this new rebuilding place. So don't let it pass you by. And then on that last Two of Pentacles card, there's that Two of Wands at the end. Again, you start with the Two of Wands and you end with the Two of Wands. Isn't that amazing? I think it's amazing. You've got some real... So anytime I pull from two decks and you're getting the same cards a couple of times, it's like, listen to this one, listen to this one. So this is new possibilities, new potential, new growth. There's that eagle scanning the horizon. He knows something good is on the horizon, but you have to be patient to wait for that sun to come up. And really, you don't have to be patient that long. These you know, these are telling you that so much of the worst is behind you, and that, you know, you're starting to grow, you're starting to shift. That King of Wands, though, in the middle is really quite important. Those two kings, because to me that's the mastery. Those mastery cards of the earth element and the fire element, which is really your sense of grounding and your sense of self, your sense of confidence and worth, and saying, yeah, you know, I do have the ability, I do have, you know, the creativity to make something manifest in my life. And then that King of Wands is coming through saying, I know I can do it. I don't have to have anybody say so or anybody to tell me I'm good enough. I just know, because I'm a child of the heavens. I am divinely blessed, and I know that I can do this. All right, Gemini, so I'm going to just pull a few angel cards here at the end for some last advice on this reading. Ooh, so Haniel comes out with the Passion card, and she's saying, trust and follow your renewed passion in love life and career. So this is all about, like I said, it's the two balances. It's the love, it's the, you know, the self-love and self-worth as well, and also that earthy career and manifesting. So let's see what message she comes out with a little deeper on here with some more advice. I knew that card was going to come out. I kept saying that darn wedding card is going to come out. And it did. I just could feel it before it came out. Okay, so interesting. The wedding card and the Passion card. Some of you Geminis might really be taking a relationship to the next level, or wanting someone to take it to the next level with you, or you might be proposing that yourself, because that's a very strong love connection. But if you don't have anyone, if you're super single, that might be saying, you know, something is coming in and it's a result of your renewed passion in your own life and your own career. And of course, the divine marriage is the union of two souls joined in love, mutual respect and commitment. It signifies the desire to deepen love over time. A wedding day is a testament to the well-founded faith in love's power. Continually breathe life into that faith and love. So to me, wedding and marriage also means marrying those two parts of yourself, the sun and the moon, the feminine and the masculine. Bring those two elements into balance. These, of course, are not gender specific, but everybody, no matter what your gender, no matter how you're aligned, we all have a certain degree of feminine and masculine energies within ourselves. And how we balance that, for you right now, Gemini, and you are those two twins, you are balancing that quite a bit. So these are your messages for now, and I will be back very soon with more readings. See you soon, guys. Take care.